everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. 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 'Cause your love changes everything. Your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. 'Cause your love changes everything. Your love changes everything. Oh, there's something about your love. Something about your love changes everything in my body. Oh, something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. It changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. It changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. 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 Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is, I think we're on Rumble. I didn't check to see if we had any people over there, but I will go there now and check. But to all my peeps over here on YouTube, how are you doing? There we go, we're on Rumble. It doesn't look, there's one person watching. That might be myself, so I don't know if there's anybody over there. But good morning. Let's see who's on. We got Bert Reggiani, Dr. Colleen, Chuck B. Good morning. Blessings to you all. Um, wait, am I in the wrong thing? Okay, nope. So happy Friday. I want to talk. So, all right, so I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there. This a warning. Um, I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna be a little vulnerable today. I had something planned that I was gonna talk about, but then had this awesome conversation with my wife last night, and yeah, I just felt like I should share and talk through it with you guys. And obviously, we just talked about this last night, and so I haven't fully processed it um, or anything like that. But um, yeah, I just want to put it out there. So, um, right before bed, my wife comes up to me and we sit down. Normally, like, obviously we debrief about the day. She tells me about her day, and tell her about my day, and like what we loved, what we didn't like, all that stuff, and we just kind of like, hang out, right? Um, but today, or yesterday, last night, she comes up to me and she says, um, she starts the conversation by saying, "I think we're I think we're becoming I think we're becoming lukewarm as a family." Um, hey, Greg, Ray's on. Good morning. Um, all right. Wives are awesome, by the way. But so she comes up to me and she says, "I feel like we're becoming lukewarm as a family," and that's heavy, right? Like, man, we're about to go deep. And it was the coolest conversation ever, because yeah, when we first got married, just let you in on us. Like when we first got married, like neither one of us had, she worked a little bit as like a waitress, um, but I was just like a full time missionary, and I had um, a little bit. Uh, I was doing graphics, freelance graphic work. But like my income was like $400 a month. My rent alone was $800, right? Um, so we were in this place where we were totally dependent on God showing up, right? Like literally, we could not survive if God didn't show up, right? And there was this dependence and this trust and this faith, like every single week, like it was like our spiritual muscles were in full effect, right? And we're praying and we're seeking and we're depending on God, um, for everything, right? For God to show up. But then not just only for dependency on like to live, but like we were constantly pushing each other to run after the things of the spirit. Like God downloaded something on one of our hearts, the other one was like, you got to do it, you got to step out, and take a risk. You got to, and we're constantly pushing each other towards the kingdom, towards advancing the kingdom. And there was it was just this beautiful thing, right? Like where we were living our lives, not for this world, but we were living our lives for the next. We were living our lives for the Lord, and we're gotten to this place where we've created some stability, and that stability has created, well, now it's created this reality that like we feel, man, like we can take care of ourselves on our own, like we in our own strength, like the bills are gonna get paid, or whatever, and so it's becoming like we're getting comfortable in this place, and we haven't been pushing each other to do things outside of our comfort zone, right? Like do things like on a consistent basis. And yeah, like not, don't get me wrong, like I feel like we're due a lot, like with the boys and stuff like that. And this is not us beating ourselves up, but it's to challenge us and like God, like man, where's that hunger at again? Where's that desire to, you know, like like man, like we were running so fast, for the things of the Lord, and we want to get back to that place. Like we're missing that place. We're like, I don't like this feeling of just stagnant. I don't like this feeling of just feeling like we're we're not advancing the kingdom, we're just kind of here, we're just going through the motions. We're going to church, we're doing, a few outreaches, and we're doing lifestyle evangelism, but there's no real like kind of like drive and push and hunger that is there all the time, right? And so it was just this cool conversation of us like, man, let's recommit, let's birth that hunger again, and fire ourselves up again, for the things of the Spirit. And so I know God is convicting us, and so I wanted to share that with you. Like, obviously this is Living Sent. This is the section where we talk about us going out and doing the stuff. And I always want to be real with you guys and honest with you guys, right? This isn't just me teaching you and like, hey, I've arrived, y'all need to, get where I'm at. But no, like, guys, we're pushing, we're walking each other home, and I want to be vulnerable and tell you the truth, like where I'm at, so that we can come alongside each other and push each other forward and move, and advance the kingdom of God. Guys, we all want revival. We all want to see heaven come to earth. And it starts with these conversations with our spouses. It starts with these conversations and us gut checking and realizing where we are, right? We're who are we living for? Are we living for ourselves? Are we living for this kingdom? Are we living for the Lord? Are we living, are we having our own Garden of Gethsemane moments where we're saying, nevertheless, not my will be done, but thine will be done? Like, are we having those moments with the Lord? Are we challenging ourselves to step outside of our comfort zone, so therefore the Comforter can come, right? Are we taking risks? Are we praying, giving time for the Lord to speak, and then getting, asking Him for boldness to actually obey with whatever He said, and doing the stuff. And so I'm convicted. I hope there's some conviction there. I don't want us to beat ourselves up. That's the enemy, right? The enemy is here to steal, kill, and destroy, and he's the accuser, right? But God is here to set us on fire. God is here to light us up and motivate us to move into motion, right? And so I hope this was a blessing and an encouragement to you. I know it's been, I feel like I'm encouraged. So, come on, guys, let's fight. Let's light a fire under our butts and get to doing the stuff, and living our lives, where God can be just, you can be so proud and honored, with every step that we take. So love you guys. That's it. Peace.